Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working again in my media journal. So this part, if you can tell, I kind of was talking in real time, but I'm popping it back over to the voiceover because it just sounds better right now with my mic issues. But I'm trying to tell you that I actually already recorded a video for these 4 things in my media journal. So this series of books, The Wayward Children, I wanted to talk about that. Only Murders in the Building, the new season, Big Brother, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I recorded that a few days ago, and I accidentally permanently deleted it off of my phone and my computer. So it really sucked, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. The first time I've actually done that, but instead of worrying about it, I just thought, hey, I'm going to come back over and I'm going to document 4 other things in my media journal that I have been listening to and watching and all of that good stuff, and make sure that I got this video out for you. So in this video today, we are starting off just like we have many times before. If this is the first video that you're watching in this series, I will link the playlist below if you are interested in watching the others. But I'm just using a Heidi Swapp Storyline Chapters mini album. So it's roughly like a 5x7 album. And I have printed off these in a Creative Bubble printable cards. So typically I would normally use these as like just 3x4 cards in my Project Life scrapbooking. But I just printed them off as 5x7s, cut them out. I printed them off on just regular old computer paper, the really thin paper. And then I basically just do reviews of different things in here. I started it about a year ago, so I have a wide range of all kinds of stuff that I have listened to and watched over that time period. So for this one, I'm kind of working on these together because they're actually a very similar topic. They're about the same story. So on the left side, I am documenting Paper Girls, the graphic novel. Now, I will mention again that it does say currently listening. So if I'm documenting a book, I'm just automatically saying that it is an audiobook, even though a lot of these books, I think the majority that I have documented in this album, I actually physically read, but just for the sake of this particular album, since I only have currently listening and currently watching, we're just going to kind of go with it. And it doesn't bother me that there's that little fib in there that I actually did not listen to this book. It all works out fine. So anyways, Paper Girls, I've read the first 4 in this graphic novel series over the past couple months, and it is so good. If you're into like the Stranger Things kind of vibe, if you love that show, I really think that you should check out this graphic novel. It's really, really good. The illustrations are beautiful, and it's basically the story of 4 paper girls who deliver the newspaper early in the morning in 1988 and all of the things that end up happening to them. It's not really scary, but it has that sci-fi kind of vibe going on, and also deals a lot with time travel, and it's a really fun story. So as soon as I basically started to read those graphic novels, I realized that Amazon also had a adaptation that they had made recently, so they turned it into a TV show. So how cool was that? I was able to watch the first season. I binged that. I thought it was super good. I love the cast, so I highly recommend both. So here I am just documenting on this side the book, and then I'll write a little bit on this other side about the TV show. I gave them both 5 stars, and I love how this worked out. Basically, for everything that I document throughout this album, I just use a lot of my stamps. So my stamps are from a lot of different places, and a lot of them are quite old. I think the alphas are a really, really old one from Citrus Twist, back whenever they had their monthly kits and you could get a stamp set with them. And then I just have some random ones. Some are from Paper Person, some are Citrus Twist, just totally random stamps. So I'm sorry if I don't know exactly where they're from. They're all like years old. So I just try to grab out anything that would work for like a media themed documenting. So here the only thing is that on this currently listening side, I put it a little too close to the middle of the book, and I just felt like it was hard to kind of turn the page. So I trimmed it a little bit, and it is not perfect, but we're just going to go with it. I don't think that anyone is really going to notice. Probably no one else will look at this album ever besides you guys, and it's totally fine with me. So we're just going to keep it moving. So for the next two, I am documenting, of course, two totally different things. This first one is the new album that Drake came out with like this month or last month called Honestly Nevermind. So I am documenting that. I found this picture online that I thought was cool. And actually I documented Drake's album Certified Lover Boy last year, and it was like a similar photo with a picture of him and the album. So I thought that that was kind of cool. Now, this is the first time I've done this, but instead of trying to stamp out Honestly Nevermind, I just stamped out Drake. I just said, forget it. That's what I'm doing, because Honestly Nevermind is such a long title, and I didn't know how I would abbreviate that or anything. So for the sake of just having to stamp out so much and have it really crowded right there, I end up just writing Drake, and I'm fine with that. You'll see at the top, of course, on the currently listening, you get to choose if it is music, audiobook, or podcast. So I picked music, and then I always add a label down to the bottom so that I can put my star rating. Now, for this one, even though I'm a huge fan of Drake, and I have been a huge fan for years and years and years, since his first mixtape dropped, I just love Drake. But Honestly Nevermind, I'd have to say, is one of those albums I will probably not really listen to much off of. So I do end up giving it a 2-star. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of kind of dancey songs and things that I'm not super interested in. But there's one song, Jimmy Cooks, which is a super banger, and it's really fun because his name on Degrassi was Jimmy Brooks. So you have that little nod to the show, which I love. So I do have quite a large label there to put the 2-star rating, but we're just rolling with it. I was trying to just find labels that I had 2 of, or that would kind of match for both sides. So that's what I came up with. I do add a larger star here. It doesn't look amazing, but it works good enough. So I did add a stamp that says tired of this, because I feel like a lot of times when Drake has an album, I'm like, come on with these songs. Let's put some better songs on here. So I thought that that was kind of funny. Added in a couple other stamps and added in my journaling really quick there, and we are good to go. So we're going to add that right into the album, and then we'll move on to the last thing that we will be documenting today. So I love how I can like work outside of this book and then just adhere everything right into the album. I think that helps a lot whenever books start to get a little chunky. So I really love that I have printed these papers out separately, and then I add them in, because it's really a lot easier to work outside of the book and then just add it in after it's all completed. Hopefully that makes sense, but I think you know what I mean. So the last thing that we are documenting today is a reality show that I just binged the other day that was called Joe Millionaire. So y'all might remember that show from, I think, like the early 2000s, where it did come on at one point. They changed the concept a little bit, but it's basically one of those stupid reality shows, typical, but I'm a reality junkie, so I'll admit it. But this one, they have a group of women who are there to win over the heart of 2 different bachelors, and one is a millionaire. He has $10 million, and the other is just a regular average guy, and they don't know which one is which. So it was a really fun watch. I definitely am one of those people that love an easy reality show. I stamped on comfort watch because that's definitely what it is to me. And then I'm adding on this reality TV stamp as well. So I know that this stamp set that I'm using, that is definitely all about TV shows, that is from Paper Person, but it is a little old. So I don't know if that is still available. So I'm adding in a few little bits and pieces. I gave this one 4 stars. And then we're going to add in the journaling, of course, and then we'll pop that into the album. So this month, I'm not mad at it. I ended up documenting 4 different things, which I think is really cool, because I would like to finish this album up as soon as I can. I've been working on it for a long time now, so I would love for it to just be finished and be a completed album on my shelf. But I'll keep updating y'all with everything that I add in here, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Please also consider subscribing. Like I said, I'll pop the playlist below if you want to catch up on any of the other ones. And I hope y'all are having an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll be back at you super soon with another video. So thanks again, y'all. Bye.